Oh, can you guys hear me? Did you send the request in? Okay, we're going live. We are now connecting. Okay, hey! Oh, sorry, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, we're good. Hey everyone, thank you for joining our show, Pink Talks. Oh, let's put this on the side like this. Okay, and so today we are live with our special guest, Julia, and I'm your host, Jamila Yancey. Thank you guys for joining us. So a little bit of background about Julia. She is a dancer, a choreographer, a teacher, an artist. She has all of these beautiful backgrounds with all of this advanced knowledge in art and dance, performance. And so she's gonna give us a lot of insight on her journey about I guess her journey as an artist and what she's gone through, and give us a little bit of tips and secrets on how she navigates the industry. And so I guess Julia is going to give us a little intro about herself so that I won't do all the talking, so that she can have a little word to say. So Julia, yeah, if you can give us a little bit about yourself, tell us.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm from Austria, so that's why I have an accent. I'm currently home because, some circumstances that everybody has to deal with at the moment. I started my dance career when I was 5 years old, so quite a while ago. I started off as a dancer. Like my parents just sent me to ballet school because I was always dancing. Like whenever there was live music, I was just often dancing. So that's why they just said, okay, I'm just gonna put her in dance school. And I just stayed with it like my whole life and just I could never stop moving. And then a few years ago, after being in the dance industry for quite a while, in Europe, in Austria, I also competed in the States quite a bit. I spent a lot of my time in Vegas, LA, and New York in the past years. And after a while, I discovered circus as well as dance. So I started doing aerial acrobatics and contortion, and I'm also I was working in variety theaters in Germany, and my big goal was to work for Cirque du Soleil. And actually, this year this dream started to become true, but it just got interrupted for a bit in March.
Oh yeah. I mean, how do you even keep yourself motivated, and how do you even keep, I guess, your career going doing this pandemic right now?
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. I must be honest, like I'm a very positive person actually, but I struggle hard. And you really need to find purpose in small things. You need to like also like this opportunity, for example, just like keep in the industry, keep connecting to people. Talk to friends. My friends are artists as well. We just try to keep each other motivated, go to training together, create new things. I mean, I'm glad that we have tools like social media to stay connected. I have no idea how we would do that without it. It's really important.
I definitely, because I know for me, it's definitely hard as an artist to stay motivated.
Yeah.
And I guess to continue to be passionate about, I guess, what you want to continue to do with your life and your career. And so what is some advice that you would give to someone who is looking to find their passion? Because I know you found it at such a young age, 5 years old, like you already knew, I guess, where you wanted to go a little bit in life. And I guess for another person who doesn't have that, I guess, ability or maybe insight, what advice would you give them in order to help find their passion and, you know, where they want to go for their career?
I think for me, it was always, and it sounds maybe really easy, or not easy, but just staying in the moment. I always found my passion in the very moment. At 5 years old, I didn't know, okay, I'm gonna do that later on as a career. So I just really tried to find joy. Also, leave my ego outside. Like currently, it's just something we cannot plan, control. So I just go to the studio, move for myself, and I really feel good about it after, even if nobody saw it. But I perform for myself. So that just really keeps me going currently. Not always. It's sometimes hard to stay motivated in that time, but you just have to try every single day.
And I know that you also ventured out into other forms of art, that's not just about dancing. And I know that you also, I mean, I've been on your website and I saw that you designed shoes as well.
No,
and you have,
no.
I guess, okay, because I saw this shoe apparel and I'm like, oh, is this something that you do, or do you just design the shoes, or what?
No.
I'm sorry then, because maybe I was just on your website and there's just so much art, and I was okay. So then I guess that's nothing. I don't. That's just nothing. That has nothing to do.
I like to wear heels though, like, and I like to dance in them, but I didn't design them.
Okay. But you do have your own website.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and you have a lot of art, and you have a lot of, I guess, designs on there, right? And a lot of.
Yeah, I collaborate with a lot of artists.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I do photo shoots. I just like artists come to me, especially in this time. Like that's what you can do. You can collaborate with artists, either if it's online or if it's like in the studio where it's allowed, because it's not everywhere allowed. But yeah, that's what, yeah, that's how you stay on top of your art, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of collaborations. I mean, so how did you even, I guess, go into that form of art, leaving, I guess, the dance a little bit and going more into a different form of art with actually using your hands and actually drawing and actually, you know, creating different forms of art with, I guess, you know, your hands and your artistic ways. So can you explain how you even ended up going into that direction?
Well, I'm basically using my body for it's still the same thing.
Right.
Right, I'm never behind the camera. I'm always basically in front. So that's also always some sort of performance for me. So that was like an easy way to do.
And so were you always, I guess, an artist, like a drawer? Did you always paint, and was this something that was just always attuned to you, just as dancing?
No. Sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said was, I guess.
Can you check the chat just really quickly?
Oh. Oh. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I must have went on a different page. I don't know what okay. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
I thought that I went on the right page, but never mind. I'm sorry about that. So I guess now, currently, what are the projects that you are currently working on, and something that you want to share with everybody viewing?
Well, I'm currently I'm doing a lot more contortion training. That's something that's just like skill wise. I just try to keep on to stay on top of my circus levels. I'm using dance still. I'm trying to create new choreography projects. I'm teaching a lot more. I have private students, and well, hopefully there will be something coming up in fall, a contract for me where I create a new act currently. Yeah, that would be. I really hope that this is going through, but yeah, just can play it by ear, stay in the moment, I guess.
And can you tell us a little bit more about circus dancing? Because I don't know anything really that much about it. So can you kind of give me a little bit more background on it and what you do and how it works?
So what I do, since I started off as a dancer and then went into circus, I really like to combine the arts. Like I use skills, putting them into choreography and trying to make it my own. Yeah, and it just takes a different. It's a new challenge for me every time. Every day I go to the studio, it's just something. For me, that's because dances will always be my safe space, but also adding something to it is, and I love the circus world. It's just always been the thing for me. People are super nice and they just like to share, and I feel really welcome. And I think that's why I love to be in that world as well.
Yeah. Would you be able to give us, I guess, a little bit of a performance and show us, I guess, a little bit of your dancing skills?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna play the right tune then.
Instagram, unfortunately. Just in the middle of your performance. Oh no, we're getting her back. We're getting her back, you guys. Just give us 1 second. Hey. I don't know what happened. I guess we lost the connection. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Super
Here she is.
unfortunate.
Oh my goodness.
I'm back.
We missed your performance. A little bit. I don't know how many people were able to catch it because it kind of ended in the middle of you dancing. I'm sorry, all Instagram users. Facebook, you guys got to see everything, but Instagram, I guess. I'm sorry. Maybe can you just do a little? I guess.
I can, yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. We lost you. I don't want anybody to miss your performance. Yes. Beautiful. That was beautiful. I mean, I could definitely see and feel your passion within your own movement of your body. It was great. I mean, definitely even inspiring. So, what advice would you give to other dancers on how to, I guess, navigate the industry as well as you have? Because I know that you've gotten awards and you've gotten scholarships and you've gotten recognized for your beautiful performance. And so what, I guess, advice would you give to others to help them get out there and to help, I guess, get exposure more in the industry?
I really think it's pretty important to find your own voice and what makes you unique. Because I have a technical dance background, so I was a jazz dancer and technically trained my whole life. And then I said, I want to do contemporary because I think it's so nice. Mm-hmm. And I got told, no, you can only do like showgirl performance. And I was mm-hmm. like, nah, I just want to try. And then mm-hmm. I started doing improv and find my own way of movement. And I think being authentic is really important. And there are hard times in the industry. Mm-hmm. And I think what makes the difference is if you can push through the hard times. And if there is like periods of almost no work, and it is just, that's what happens sometimes. Mm-hmm. And you just gotta keep fighting and gotta have faith that it's gonna work out at some point.
And I know that you must have to deal with a lot of different obstacles as a dancer, and especially right now. So, I mean, like, what work do you find at this time period? Like, how do you even find work during this pandemic?
they're just little projects that are possible, like some video shoots or commercials, that kind of stuff. And it's very, very low, but I, and I got a contract offer for this fall, which is really nice, and I hope it's going to work out. But like I said, we don't know if it's going to work out, and it's really. I mean, I'm used to work season-wise, and then on a contract, and then just live from what I had during that time. So I just have a different lifestyle. So for me, this situation works as well, because I'm used to sometimes not having a job for a month, for example. Yeah.
So, I mean, but what do you do during those time periods? Because you still have to pay rent at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. So there are times where you work constantly, like Christmas time, for example, or there's some times where you just work all the time. And then there's a month where you can take it easy, can kind of take some time off until this period starts again, because that's just how it worked for me over several years. And so that's why I really try to tell myself not to stress too much currently.
Yeah. You just go with the flow, really.
Go with the flow, I guess.
I mean, that's so stressful, though. I guess not being able to consistently work as much as you may have been, and then having like those pauses and those stops, like that, to keep yourself motivated and to know that you're still going to find more work and there's still going to be more opportunities that's going to come. It's like, you have to be very passionate about what you do, and you have to like really know that what you're doing is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Because these gaps in the middle, it's just like, it's almost like a faith test.
It is. It's really, especially currently, I have to really remind myself it's going to be okay at some point. And it's really a faith test currently. I'm not but
I mean, for me as a person working in the industry for music and things like that, it really is about you seeing your goals and you seeing that end game at the end and knowing that you're going to make it. So for you, I know that you've even gotten into teaching. So how did you end up going on that path?
That was always it. I started being an assistant when I was really young. Like when I was 15, I was just always assisting my dance teacher to teach younger kids. And then I just learned over years how it works. I really started to understand the body, and that there are big differences as well within like every body type. And that's when I really developed teaching as one of my other passion. Like I really love coaching. That's also a thing I really like. My number one is performing. That's my big passion. But I really enjoy, especially younger, not kids, but teens, and also give them a little, like, just being kind, not being their mentor, but being there for them when they have to make certain decisions, and you can actually, help because you've been through all of that.
And so what tips do you often find yourself giving to dancers and performers on how to improve with their body and really connecting with their body?
I would say don't stress too much. If you make mistakes, take them, learn from them, but just don't let them define you. Just don't go to a class being like, I gotta be perfect today. I gotta kill it. I need to make everything. It's not gonna work. You have to, like you do in life. You just have to struggle sometimes to grow. It's really, really important. And it's also how I'm teaching when I teach contemporary classes. I give them improv tasks where you won't look pretty, and dancers are used to like looking at themselves in the mirror, trying to make everything look pretty. And I just give them tasks so they will look weird, and they cannot really. So it's really important to not check yourself from outside all the time, and
yeah. And I know somebody in the comments asked, do you have any favorite this is from Ren, not Lauren. Do you have a favorite trick move that you do?
Oh yeah, I do. That's my number one thing I do. I like do a tilt pose with my leg up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one photo pose for wherever I am.
I mean, would you be willing to show us?
Yeah, well, I try. I don't know if I'm really warm for this, but I'm gonna try.
Oh wow!
This is my number one favorite.
Oh my goodness! Like you're so flexible. How long? Like, do you practice? I remember when I was always trying to learn to do the splits, that I would like literally just just spread my legs out every day and just trying to just get closer to that split position.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, my body type is more flexible. Like I'm not a muscly type. I'm more the flexible type. But it is a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, especially. And it sounds, I know I look young, but if you hit a certain age, like mid-20s,
yeah,
it's getting a bit more difficult.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Mid-20s?
I'm late 20s.
I mean, you look like you're in your early 20s, so you look very long. But even late 20s, your legs should be still working.
Yeah, they should. I want them to work for 15, 20 more years, please.
Yeah, definitely. And so can you, I guess, give us some details about your choreography and how you even come up with the dances and the movements? So can you kind of just give us a little bit of insight on how you, I guess, come up with different performances and the styles and the themes? So if you can just give me a little insight.
So, well, when I don't have to be creative, like when it's just let it come to me, I usually hear a song and I need to see choreography in my head, and that's when I know that's my Spotify choreography list, where I'm just like, I gotta do a choreography to this song because I can see it. And then there are some times where it's more commercial when you have to, when it's for you know the audience, the younger audience, a bit older, then you kind of know what they like. And then sometimes just if you have a gig, you just like adjust your choreography to the audience. And then sometimes there is a show and you have to build, for example, a circus act, and the show is, let's say, rock themed or 20s themed, then you know kind of the background, and then you really try to meet the theme.
Can you go into a little bit how you ended up going into the circus performance and how that is going for you, and what is that like?
Yeah. Well, so my dream was always to work for Circus Today. I saw their shows when I was 15, and I was like, oh man, I really want to do this at some point.
Really?
And I really want to do this. So it's been my dream for years. And then I had like a change, like a shifting period in my life, like years ago, where just everything, sometimes it happens, like all of a sudden everything changed. And I found, I wanted to add a new challenge to my life and something that's completely something I haven't done yet. And I started doing aerial acrobatics. And
wow.
And at first, as a dancer, you can make things look pretty very easily, and you have the splits, and you can just, and then after a while, you stick to it, and you learn that you need a lot of upper body strength that you haven't had. And then you try to take it seriously. And a few years ago, I really discovered contortion as something I really want to incorporate with my dancing. That's like being really flexible and dance and all that stuff.
Okay.
And I remember when I did my first aerial performance, and I was so blown away because I would like do a sequence, and during the sequence or during my performance, there was applause, and I was like, wow, I've never had that because in dance you don't get like usually it's sometimes you do, but
Yeah.
I was not used to having people clap in the middle of my performance, and I was so blown away by that feeling that I was like, I really want to keep doing this. I love entertaining people like that.
I mean, I really think that that's what artists kind of, I guess, feed off on from the audience, like from their fans, that passion and that love that you also get from them too. I mean,
That's so important.
yeah. Well, can you just give us a little bit more detail of what that feels like? Like what's going through your mind? What's going through your body as you are performing live in front of people?
That's the feedback I mean, sometimes you don't get the feedback you expect or you want to get, then it can be frustrating. I'm going to be honest. When you have like a really tired audience on a Sunday afternoon and they just don't want to clap, like, man, was that really good?
Yeah.
But when you get response and when they clap and when people come after, like after your performance, they come to you and they're like, wow, you really touched me, or it was so beautiful and I had goosebumps, and or you hear them like, oh my god, I thought you were gonna fall down. I think that's great.
Yeah. Definitely. And we have somebody here in the comments. Their name is very interesting. Key. Is there anything that you think is hard about performing?
Yes, when you have a really bad day, like something just happened in your private life, or you're sick, or whatever, but you still have to bring people joy. That sometimes, because of course we want to be authentic within our art, but we also are here to entertain, and so that can be really tough. But you learn how to do that after a while. Sometimes you're just like genuinely enjoying every step on stage, and sometimes you just push through it. But that's not the majority of time, I would say.
And so I guess like you just have to push all of those stressors aside and really tap. So I mean, when you are tapping into your dance and when people really feel that vibe and feel the vibrations that you're giving them and the energy that you're giving through your performance, I mean, do you feel also a connection with the audience as well?
Yes, of course. It's like when you have a new show and once you really settle within the new show and you can start making eye contact with people, that's so much fun. It's like
Really?
so nice performing with them and to see them smile at you. And also sometimes when you have a bad day, that really hits you. It's great.
I mean, I'm just thinking about this one performance that I watched, one of my friends, and it was just so powerful and beautiful. Like it was the music, just the words of the music and the way that she was moving her body. She was telling a story. And that I think is just the most beautiful thing that you can do as a performer, how you can tell a story and really connect to someone. And I guess another question would be, what are the stories that you often find yourself telling through your body to your audience? So what are you telling, or what are you trying to express through your movement, through your dance?
It's completely different. Like I go through stages where I use dance as like a tool to deal with stress or deal with like something that's mentally like really challenging me, or like especially during this time. Sometimes I don't perform for audience. Sometimes I just perform for myself, and then it's also like in a studio where I just really need to. I don't know. I'm stressed about the pandemic, and I usually dance my feelings out. That's what like whatever I'm in that moment, I turn into something that I can express with my body.
And do you? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So when you do go into that performance stage, is there anything like a ritual that you do to kind of get your mind in that mode of, okay, this is the emotions that I'm trying to express to my audience, or this is what I want them to feel? Like, do you do anything to prepare yourself?
Sometimes when I'm really nervous, when it's something new, I just really like to really take deep breaths. When I'm really nervous, I don't talk to anyone. I'm just becoming really quiet, and I like to really touch my sternum and breathe in, and I have a crystal with me.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah, I love crystals.
I have a crystal on. You guys don't see it.
Yeah, so I always have that with me, and it really is. It's calming me down, as weird as that sounds.
I mean, so you also know about crystals then?
I do, yeah.
You also know about the meditation, I guess, the energy that they hold.
Yes.
So in your performances, do you have the crystal with you all the time, or is it just sometimes?
No, I do have it with me. I have a necklace that I when I have to. I also have one crystal that I use for auditions and stuff. It's in my wallet then, and yeah, I don't wear it when I'm on stage, but I have it backstage.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So another question, I guess, for me, as you are performing, what is one of your favorite stories that you have told, or like, can you explain, I guess, a story that you told through your dance and through your body?
A couple. I just have to pick a good one. Well, lately, so I was stuck on a ship for a while, during this pandemic, and I think I had a small cabin, and I was just dancing in my cabin all the time, and really just I think expressing my story of being in this room for a long time. And that was one. It's not my favorite story to tell, but it was the most recent and the most significant, I would say.
And so I guess, how do you tell your stories through your body? Like, how do you know that this movement or what I'm about to do is going to express this?
I don't know it. I just get into that. I mean, we all feel a lot, and I do too. And I don't think, and I think that's when it's when I'm expressing the most. When I stop thinking and I don't judge what I could look like from outside. I just move. I don't even know how it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So can you tell me, you do have a little bit of a large following, and you're able to use your platform. So what ways do you use your platform in order to, I guess, express certain issues that are maybe going on, or are you able to use your platform and, your ability to teach other students? Like, how do you, I guess, use your ability and use the platform that you do have to express or I guess talk about issues that may be concerning to people or right now in this time and age?
I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot going on currently, and I'm still finding my voice because there's so much. I started using it more, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter wave that was also really present in Europe, in Austria, for example. And that's when I started moving away from only having an artistic account that actually using a voice I have and talking to younger kids that they're like, yeah, but it doesn't affect us here. And I'm like, let's talk about this.
Yes.
And I'm still finding, because I'm also working in collaboration with a mental health awareness foundation in the States. And this is when I can really start to express, and I want to point out, like, this is something I'm really passionate about as well. Mental health awareness is something that's very important for me, but I'm still finding the right words sometimes. It's really hard to not say something wrong. It can
It
be
is. It is.
it's a challenging time,
Right.
but it's really important. So I just started to talk more about this when this pandemic was started.
Right. So, I mean, you were talking, I guess, more about mental health issues,
Yeah.
or just the issues that are going on during the pandemic, like Black Lives Matter and
Yeah, everything. Like I wrote an article. It's not out yet. In collaboration with a friend about the struggle as an artist during this pandemic. Then, like I said, Breaking the Chains Foundation is really important to me. I have a really good collaboration with them, and I'm hosting a movement workshop with them as well. Also talking about like mental health awareness, and also, I mean, that's a very important topic within my industry, especially eating disorder awareness is really important.
yes. Oh, yes.
And then the whole like staying at home and just stay where you are kind of thing. And then Black Lives Matter, where you just it's a lot going on, and you cannot be silent anymore.
Right. Exactly. I love that. Is there I guess any of the performance that you did have, did you, I guess, kind of try to touch on mental illness in a way through your performance, or have you thought about that, or tried to do that?
Yes, I thought about that lately, especially a lot. I haven't. It's a very personal topic, so I usually really like to incorporate it in like short videos rather than live performance. So there's
Okay.
and also within when I'm teaching workshops, there's always a space to actually talk about those things. And I have people coming up to me after or sending me private messages being like, oh, thank you what you said. I didn't know that you were going through something similar at some point in your life. And I'm really happy that you shared this. And
Right.
so that's really important, especially a one-on-one teaching with, because social media, it's so important. It's so easy to just show the best of you. And you also don't want to use it as a tool to always like just complain about your life. It's not
Right.
either.
Right.
So you need to find a way to be authentic, but not being like, oh, today I have stomach ache, everyone. That's also interesting.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, so I guess now would definitely be a great time if anybody has any questions specifically pertaining to Julia or what you may have. Definitely. Oh, I guess we already do have one. So Katie here is asking, is there restrictions on what you eat?
Well, I follow a vegan diet, but not because of like I want to be slim or whatever, but just already for 5 years. And it's been a decision because I just didn't want to. I think that's the easiest way to contribute something for the environment, to the environment. And for me, it worked really well. And I do not want to go back anymore. It's not like when my mom is baking a cake, I'm gonna eat a piece of her cake, even though it has an egg in it.
Right. I understand. I'm actually a vegetarian, so yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, it just worked for me super well, and I feel great. And yeah.
So I mean, but do you have any advice for people who aren't vegan and that are dancers? Like, what are the eating habits that you tell them to do? What do you tell them not to eat, what to eat? Like, what are those types of advice that you have to give?
I would always say, stay healthy, keep your mind healthy, and let your body follow. And that's just really the most important thing. I would not restrict because I know how it is to do that, and it's just not healthy. So just keep doing what you're doing and stay on the healthy side. That's really important.
I mean, so
eat a bit less meat. Just be aware of what you're eating.
Yes, go vegan or not. Well, vegan is good. But I'm vegetarian, so I won't say go vegan, but definitely try it.
Be aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming more of a I guess global awareness thing. Not even global, but more of American, because America, I guess, maybe a little bit late on the vegan and vegetarian, because I know other countries are more into it than we were. So I guess we're kind of coming up. We're getting there. We're getting there. So it's good. Especially in New York, we have a ton of vegetarian places out in New York.
Yeah, but I love New York. That's my favorite city.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I could see myself living there at some point, but yeah, it's a bit harder from Europe currently to go back to the States, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, you performed in New York, right? Have you?
I didn't perform. I was there at Broadway Dance Center for an intensive years ago, but for a couple of months, and I just came back whenever I had the chance. I competed in New York when I was a teenager. Yeah, it has a bit of a European flair, but I just like it. It's so nice. It's such a nice city.
Great. I mean, I love New York. I think it's better than Chicago. That's me. Sorry, Chicago. I'm a Chicagoan. I live here, so I can diss Chicago. Okay, but I love Chicago too. But New York is it's just something about New York City. I don't really know. So, have you done any traveling abroad for your performances? And if you have, can you kind of tell us a little bit about how that was?
Well, within Europe, yes, of course, and I've been to Germany so many times, but it's on the border, so I consider it almost as like national. But I've been to Germany a lot. I want, that was my dream, to move to Vegas this fall. Yeah, so that would have started this year, and with Cirque du Soleil, I traveled for a bit. Not too long, of course, because then the pandemic. But yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. I love traveling, and that's great. I mean, I feel like traveling should be a part of everybody's job, because we all need to do that. Okay. But anyways, we do have another question here from someone. I think their name is Q or Key. So what would you be doing if you weren't performing or working right now?
Well, I think I wanted to start studying psychology, so for a long time, and my plan is to start doing that next semester. So that will be in February, because I want to become a dance therapist. So that's my big goal.
What? You're kidding?
Yeah, that's my really big goal. So
that's amazing.
That's what I would be doing, I think, studying.
I mean, but that's cool. I mean, I can relate to you, because I'm a musician and I want to implement music therapy.
Oh, nice.
So what I do, that's why I'm like, what, girl?
Yes.
I know. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. So how would you even go up? Like, I mean, I just have so many questions right now. But how would you go about even doing that? Like, what is dance therapy? Like, what is that even about? Like, can you just explain something?
Yeah, so there are a lot of studies on how dance affects your mental health, and also there were studies where people that would, like, older, like 70 and up, would just have 2 hours of dance every week, and you could see their levels of dementia just increasing.
Wow.
And I was like, that's so cool. And whenever I give a workshop, and like young people just come to me and say, what we did just like really made me feel something. Can we maybe meet up and talk about this? And I'm just like, okay, I'm not even really, like, I'm not trying to heal currently. I just want to move with them. And that was just a big sign for me that dance is really something that you can really express your feelings and your stress with movement, and just really work on your health.
Yeah. And so I guess you're kind of doing it. You said that you're kind of doing it a little bit now, but not really.
Yeah, I teach, and I'm not a therapist at all,
Right, right.
but not yet. I will be at some point,
Okay, yes.
but
In the future, I mean, girl, you already got it. Yes.
So yeah, so for me, this is like working. Well, it's also healing. Like dancing for me is healing. You heal through dance, and that's just something I want to have a degree in, so that I'm actually certified to do that.
Yes, yes. I could, if I had my two hands right now, I would applaud you, but I'm holding this Instagram. So, yeah, I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, I love that. I love it so much. And well, music side, music can also help with, putting somebody into there is a lot of science going with music and sound and how it can also help with dementia and things like that. So if we could combine the music therapy with dance therapy, how amazing would
Yes,
that be?
we'll meet in New York at some point and just work
I'm,
on that concept.
I didn't even think. It's just like I'm mind blown right now. You have no idea because that's just amazing. I love that so much. Like, yes, we can meet in New York, and yes,
Yes,
we will
yes.
definitely do that. Definitely. So I guess, I mean, we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. So if anybody has any last minute questions for Julia, definitely hop it in the chat right now, because we are wrapping this up. I guess another question while we wait for people to come in to kind of give us more questions. I guess, so how are you even going to plan out this future for yourself, as in going into that field? Like, are you thinking about doing it like a couple years from now, or how is that going to work out for you?
Well, if I'm staying healthy, if my body wants to work with me for a while, then my dream would be to keep performing until I'm like for within the next 10 to 15 years at least, and then also work on my dance therapy degree, so I can try like just slowly go into that, and then
Right.
also I would love to work as a creative director more than as a choreographer, because I think there are people that are so brilliant with choreography. Sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry, I'll be back.
Oh, losing her connection a little.
I'm back.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, that's so I would like to go into creative directing rather than even choreography, because I like to see the overall picture and like combine everything in the show together.
So I guess you're a very visual person.
Yes.
So you're able to, I guess, see how you want it to look, and you have the idea in your brain, and so you're able to just get it. That's how you kind of create.
Yeah, and then I would like to have like a choreographer that is I can tell, okay, you do this choreography and it should look like that kind of, and then I would meet musicians and be like, yeah, it should sound like that, and yeah, I would love to do that work, but I want to still perform a lot longer to get even more experience to do a good job after.
Yeah. And then we do have one question, I guess, right here from Q or Key. How many hours do you usually practice daily?
Well, I try to take a day off. Sometimes I'm just doing like something. I usually do something 6 days, 5 to 6 days a week. It depends on how tired I am, if I have enough time. When I'm not performing, like on a contract where I have like 6 days open. But I usually currently I try to train around 3 hours. Sometimes it's a bit less. Sometimes yes.
Wow.
Different things. And sometimes I just yesterday my training went so well, and then I don't know. I could not stop for a while. So yeah.
I mean, that's some motivation that I don't even know. I need to be on your level for that because I want to practice more too. But 3 hours a day, woo, girl.
But sometimes it's not working. So sometimes it's maybe 1 hour. But yeah, it's just, especially during this time, you just need to chill sometimes and be kind to yourself. And if you don't want to move, then you don't want to move. That's okay too.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, do you have any last words that you would like to say to your audience, to your fans?
To my fans.
Yes, to your fans.
Well, for every artist out there, I can just speak from my side. Just stay motivated. Just try to find purpose in every day, like little things that you really do for yourself. Fight through. It won't be like this forever.
Right. I know. Well, thank you, Julia. Thank you for coming on the show. We love this interview. I love this talk and conversation that we had. It was amazing. And I've learned something that I never knew before. And I think I really value that. And so thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
And we loved your performance. It was amazing. I hope that we can have you here again. And and I see someone in the comments that you have new fans. So yeah. All right. So thanks for joining. You're here with Find Your ID. I am your host, Jamila. And here we have Julia, our artist, our performer. And you will be, I guess, seeing us again next time.
Nice. Bye.
Bye, everyone.